Hey team, what's going on? It's Coach Erin here, and here with your daily moves. So just kind of wrapping up the mobility series today and tomorrow. I'll go back to kind of the regular 3 exercises after this, but we're going to work a little bit on spinal mobility because that's super important, and we'll kind of focus on the thoracic spine a little bit more today and opening up the chest for things like rows, which is another one of our foundational movements, that pulling motion. The ultimate pulling is obviously a pull-up, but especially if you don't have something at home, there are things that we can do to help strengthen those and or strengthen our back muscles and our using our pulling motion. All right. Okay. And pulling motion, by the way, just to let you know, is super duper important to helping correct posture. So if your back muscles are, if your shoulders are rolled forward and everything here is tight from being hunched over, then our back muscles are like hanging on for dear life. And you may think, you know, a lot of people think that their back is super tight and stiff, and it's only tight because the muscles are expanded and they're holding on. It's like your arms are extended and you're just holding on for dear life. So that's what's happening with our back. So we want to relax through the chest muscles to help relax the back muscles, and then we want to work on strengthening those back muscles. So that's kind of the whole point of it. And again, working on the kinetic chain and how all of those things work together. So I'm going to do a gorilla row for the exercise today, but I'm going to go through a number of different things that you can do. I'll try and do things that we haven't done before. Of course, you can pick and choose from all the videos for a full body mobility session. Take like half an hour, even a couple times a week if you can manage it, and just work some mobility in there, activation, active release, foam rolling, using the ball, and yeah, you got it. Okay, so let's do this. So what I want to start with is I'm just going to start with that chest opener. So there's some other stuff that we can do. We can use a ball and put our chest against a wall and just doing these active release techniques, so you can do that. But I'm going to quickly show you a chest opener. This is one of my favorites. All right, so I'm going to sit on the end of the roller, and I want the roller to be, or I want to be resting along my spine. All right, so I'm going to roll back. Okay, you want your head to be resting on the roller as well. Okay, so it depends on how long you are, but I managed to fit just right here. Okay, so here, what I'm going to do, just to relax and roll open, say I've done a couple of the ball rolling, just to do a little bit of soft tissue stuff here, all right, and active release, but then I'm going to open up my arms to the sides. Okay, I'm just going to try and relax and let those arms come down towards the floor. All right. And you can just hold it here for a little bit until you start to feel your arms relaxing or hands relaxing a little bit more into the floor. Okay. You can also do the angel here, so taking those arms in a big arc up. Try and keep those hands on the floor the whole time. I got equipment here. You can take them all the way down towards your hips. And you can also bend your elbows with this one. So you can bring your arms down into that Y position, just opening up again, raising them, so letting them slide up. Okay, you want to try and keep that low back on the roller. Okay. This feels so nice. It's one of my favorite stretches ever. Okay, I just would lay here for a long time just because it's so nice. All right, so there's one stretch that you can do. You can kind of like roll side to side. Right, get a little bit all the way down the back here. I mean, really, like I said before, foam rolling is not there is more of an exact science to it, but if you're wanting to get started but you haven't because you're not sure what to do, just do this and start playing around with it a little bit, and you're gonna do what feels right for you. Like when I do this here, I'm feeling some knots in between my shoulder blades and my spine in there. So I'm just gonna hold it there. Same thing on the other side. Okay, we're working it out. Right? So, there you go. I'm going to switch the roller. Okay, switch the roller around here, and I'm going to get into a little bit more of the thoracic spine, and also just show you can roll out the upper traps on here too, and the neck. So I'm just going to come down here, and resting my neck here. I'm just going to roll my head side to side, putting a little bit of pressure, getting a lot of our back muscles attached to the base of the skull at the back. So just rolling along side to side, nice and easy and gentle. You can even go a little bit higher up. If you feel at the base of your skull, right at the back, there's like a little notch or a dip and you can like place the roller there and just roll the head back and forth. All right, should feel really, really nice. Right, you can get into the traps a little bit. Okay, sometimes it's a little bit more awkward here, but upper traps. Okay. And this angle here, it's just slightly at an angle. I'm actually hitting the top, the base of my skull on the opposite side here with the top part of the roller, and my traps on this side. It's great to work kind of that opposition. Okay, rolling again, getting into, again, the traps. All right, those upper traps in the back of the rotator cuff. Okay, so moving on. So I don't want to spend too much time on that. What you can do is I'm going to grab this dowel rod, or this mop handle. Really, in real life, it's a mop handle, but we'll pretend it's a dowel. Okay, so you're going to kind of place the roller mid-back, all right? And then you're going to just let your head come back a little bit. You can take your arms up. Oh, I just felt a little release in there. Okay. Okay, support your head as you sit back up. So grab your head and help yourself get back up here. You can also do that here. Just holding the head. Getting that stretch, you can roll a little bit through, up and down. Alright, and then you're going to grab the dowel rod. Okay, you're going to take your arms behind you, and you're going to pull the elbows down. Alright? And the boys are fighting again as usual. You pretty much cannot get through one of these videos without these guys. Alright? Okay. Alright. So I'm activating here. Alright. Come here, buddy. Come here, buddy. Liam's not. Did he close the door? Yes. It's okay. Hey, honey, you're on the video right now. Hi, baby. It's okay. Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you sad? It's okay. We're gonna go back up there in a second. But look, you're on the video right now. Look, you're on the video right now. Look at you. There's a hole there. Hey, are you okay? Are you okay? Alright. Okay, I'll go up with you. Just, can you give me a minute? You want to sit with me while I do the rest of this video? Okay. Alright, guys. So, alright, okay. Okay, guys, so you can also get into self-massage on the traps, a little bit of active release. So all I'm going to do here is I'm just going to kind of grab, you know, that kind of neck muscle, the one that pops up here. I'm going to grab that with my hands. Doesn't have to be super technical, just grab it. I already feel some triggers, so yeah, some nice trigger points and knots in there. So I'm just going to grab it, put a little downward pressure on it and hold it, squeeze it just a little bit. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my neck and head over to the opposite side. Try and keep my shoulder down away from the ears. Okay. And take my arm down to the side and out. Right? Should feel a nice stretch. Okay. And by putting that pressure onto the muscle, then what you're doing is you're kind of mobilizing the tissue, and then you're getting that nice, soft, easy stretch in here, just helping with that soft tissue. All right, so you can do the same on both sides. I'm going to show you another one for the front of the neck, especially if your posture is here. Okay, if you tend to round like this and have your head forward a little bit, I'm exaggerating slightly here, but if your ears are in front of your shoulders at all, then you may want to try this. Not that this is the what's going on, but something to try, okay? So you're going to take your collarbones, and the first kind of 1/3 of your collarbones, all you're going to do is you're going to place this part of your hand just underneath. So you're going to kind of point your finger on your collarbone and this part of your hand on the other side, and you're just going to press down or press into the tissue, press into the collarbones, and then slide the hands down so they're just holding right underneath the collarbone. And I'm going to put my other hand on here for some support, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to tuck my chin in towards the chest. Okay, I'm going to apply the pressure. Ideally, you have your mouth open for this, but you don't have to. Okay, you can open your mouth, and you're going to look up to the sky. Alright, and at the top, you're going to close your mouth. Okay, and once you start to feel that tension, you don't have to close your mouth all the way. If you're already feeling that pull, just stop wherever you feel that pull. And then hold it there for a few more seconds. Try to slowly close the mouth as you start to feel the tissue and everything kind of release in the front. You can even do that same thing and take the chin over towards the shoulder. So pressing in, looking up. It's great to stretch all of that through here. All right, so next I want to do a little bit of activation. So I'm going to grab my band here, and I'm going to do some band and pull aparts, because now we've opened up through the chest and the neck a little bit more. We've done some rolling. Now I want to activate the back muscles, so we create that mind-body connection, mind-muscle connection. So I'm going to take my arms straight out and have a soft bend, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to create tension by squeezing my shoulder blades together here, pulling my lats down, and pulling my hands away from each other. So I'm not bending and pulling the band towards my chest. I'm keeping my arms straight, and I'm pulling them out to the sides. All right, squeezing, pulling the shoulder blades together, and you'll feel this through the back of your shoulders as well. But you want to really squeeze with those back muscles. Okay, so pull those lats down the whole time, nice and slow and controlled, all the way down. Hold it for a second, all the way back. All right, so 8 to 10 of those. I'm going to show you two more things here. Okay, so one is going to be another mobility. The other one is going to be gorilla rows. All right, so here, again, getting into the thoracic spine, I've got some low back. I've got a protruding disc and sciatica, and also an injury kind of thoracic spine that stiffens everything up and a rib pops out of place. So I definitely work on my thoracic spine mobility, maybe not as often as I should, but I do definitely try and get it in. So we're going to start in tabletop position here, and I'll show you from both sides or both angles, but you're going to take one hand and just place it behind the low back. Okay, the elbow is bent, and then from here you're going to rotate up and down. Okay, rotate up and down. Rotate up and down, supporting through the other shoulder, not letting that shoulder drop. Okay, you want to stay nice and tall and press the ground away from you with that other shoulder. All right, here, and then you can switch. So 8 to 10 repetitions of this one. Okay. I don't have a ton of mobility. This is the first work that I'm doing in the morning. All right. So I like to warm that up. You can even take the arm under if you want a bit more of a stretch. Okay, hold that for a few seconds. Come on up. Reach under with the other arm. Okay, and you can even take that twist up as well, reaching it under. So there's so many things that you could do. I can spend so much time on this. I mean, you can use balls, you can get super creative. I can spend hours and hours and hours on this, but okay, we don't always have hours and hours and hours, so just take a few minutes before you do, say, you're ready for your workout where you're doing any pulling or rowing, pull-ups, anything like that to help mobilize through the spine, activate the muscles, and get ready to rock. So here's your gorilla row for today. So pick a couple of those mobility exercises to do every hour, set those timers. Here's the other one. Hey, I'm just doing a video, excuse me. All right, and so gorilla row, you're gonna start with your weights in front of you, either on the floor, or if you don't have that mobility through the spine and hips and hamstrings, then you can have them up on, say, a step stool. I'm using that for the camera today, so I'm not gonna do that. So what you wanna do is take your feet out. Excuse me, honey. Excuse me, honey. Okay. And so what you're going to do is you're going to bend into the knees, take about a shoulder width stance with your feet, maybe even a little bit wider. You're going to bend into the knees and hips. All right, and so the gorilla row, and you keep that back nice and flat. You're kind of pushing your booty back. You're keeping it squeezing. From there, you're going to pull the shoulders down away from the ears, engage the lats. You're going to push in to your supporting hand. All right, and then pull the elbow and dumbbell up in that other hand. You're alternating. All right, if you can keep those legs a little straighter to get that stretch to the hamstrings, go for it. But always keep the belly button pulled in towards the spine, driving those elbows up. I'll show you from the side. Okay, so in here, okay, back is nice and flat. I'm just driving the elbows up, pulling those dumbbells nice and tight in towards the chest, and rowing, alternating. If I can, keep that back nice and flat, straighten my legs just a little bit more, get that extra stretch, okay? But never lose engagement through the core or through the glutes. Okay guys, that is it. Thanks so much for your patience with these guys today. Hi, can you say hi to everybody? Say hi. Hi, everybody. Logan, do you want to say hi to everybody? All right, guys, so have an amazing day, and I'll do another one for the low back tomorrow because that deserves its own through the lumbar spine. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay, guys, so have an awesome day. You guys rock, and let me know. Stay tuned for tomorrow's low back. All right.